So I have this Iggy Azalea song that I absolutely love. It's called "Change Your Life." I'm gonna change your life. I'm gonna change it. Invert it. It's a really, really great song, and I really love it. And I've been singing it to myself for like the last year. I've been doing my little side business, so I've been singing it to myself for the last year or whatever. And every time I hear it, I always think of like all these like people that I want to help. When it comes to the business that I'm in, I think about all the people that I want to help change their lives, not only mine but theirs as well. And the idea of empowering people to take change is something that's really becoming I guess a notion in my brain that is really starting to take effect. So I guess what I'm trying to say is when you want change in your life, I guess it kind of depends on why it is that you want that change. See, I got to a point in my life where I needed a different way to create the life that I wanted. I wanted a way to be able to work from home. I also wanted to be a way to be able to stay at home with my kids, and I also wanted to create a life that was different and better than the one that I had, prior. I guess you could say I wanted to be able to create a more abundant life for myself and for my kids and for my family, really. And it wasn't until I saw, online marketing and how that worked that I really was never really convinced that that would be something that I, would be able to do. Online marketing is a fantastic theory, I guess I could say. And a lot of people are really good at it. I personally wasn't that great at it. And I mean, it's totally fine. I don't really care right now because I have something that I still have my own side business. It's just not using affiliate markets to create that income. I'm using my own footwork, really, and using an actual product as opposed to advertising for someone else who's going to teach you how to do what I'm doing, which was just pushing over to the affiliate link. So anyway, I like that song, the Iggy song, because I really do believe that we have the ability to change our lives. I just think a lot of people don't dive into it that much because it is a lot. I mean, if you're talking about changing your life, you're like, okay, well, where do I start? But I think a lot of reason why people hesitate to change anything about their life that they don't like is because when you decide to change something, that means you decided to become uncomfortable, and we don't like to be uncomfortable. I know because I'm one of the worst. I hate being uncomfortable. But I kind of came to this realization that the uncomfortable things that I didn't like were just a part of my everyday life, and I needed to push past those little things so I could get to the bigger things that I wanted to get out of life, which is, why I don't regret, learning about online marketing. I like, using the web to reach people, but I also didn't like feeling like I was treating people as if they were a number on a list as opposed to actual real people, because I wouldn't want somebody to do that to me. So I've been using my my doTERRA business to help others with everyday little challenges, whether it's allergies or upset stomach or purifying the air or just any kind of little thing that you can use around your house. And I have been talking about building my business for a long time, and what I've come to realize, at least in the last month or so, is a big part of building my business is building the products. I don't necessarily have to do much when it comes to selling the products because the products work and they sell themselves, but I do have to get that information in front of people, which is probably one of my biggest fears, which is feeling like I am doing something that's not right, which is attempting to change my life or attempting to change just anything, because I feel like our bodies are programmed to not like change. I mean, that's just a fact. We have this magnificent, endocrine system and this fantastic, brainwave system or whatever. And every time that we decide that we don't like whatever's going on in our lives and we want to change it, our bodies, our minds, I should say, will make up all these reasons as to why we shouldn't or couldn't or whatever. And it's like not necessary, I know that whenever I set my mind to something, the first thing that pops into my head is, hey, this is good. I like this. And then the second thing that pops into my head 5 seconds after that is every single reason why it's not good, or I shouldn't do it, or it's not whatever. It's just this crappy feeling, this crappiness of this fear of change, I should say. And change is a good thing, because if you're changing, then that means you're growing. And if you're growing, then that means you're not staying in the same spot. And I mean, who wants that? Who wants to be at the same job for the next 10 years, making the same amount of money, not going anywhere or enjoying life? I know I didn't want that. I saw my life spread out in 20-year span of me working at the same place with the same people, dealing with the same dumb shit, and making the same amount of money. And I got to a point where I was like, I don't want to do that, And in my efforts to break out of the corporate 9 to 5, I have come to realize that I like working. I thought I had this dream of wanting to stay at home and, do a little thing here or there, and that was it. But, when it comes to like making money online, like take a post or two, and then it's a cute idea. It's a fantastic theory if you can do it. But anybody who's on online marketing can tell you that it's a hell of a lot harder than making 2 or 3 posts and expecting to have all your bills paid. It doesn't work like that. And even if it is working like that, I'm certain that most people you see online who's had, overnight success, they put in years of work and they put in a fuck ton of money to get where they are. So please don't underestimate, somebody who's an online marketer. If you're good at it, you will make a shit ton of money at it. And I praise you for it. But just my own background, I like people. I want to be around, people. And so I couldn't just be by myself at home all day and not have people to talk to. It's just lonely. So I started using, the online world to get my foot in the door. And when I found the company that I use now, which is doTERRA, I kind of broke away from that affiliate type of work. And the reason why I did that was because if I can't help my neighbor understand what it is that I'm trying to do, then what makes me think I can help a complete stranger at any place on the planet? So, I remember trying to explain to my mom and my sister and just kind of my family what affiliate marketing was and how it worked, and they just, it's just not something they were ever used to hearing. And so instead of me trying to explain to them, what it was about, I kind of got frustrated and was like, never mind, just don't worry about it, blah, blah. And that just kind of became my mentality when it came to working. I started to really kind of hate, my side job as much as I didn't like my full-time job. And so I was kind of confused. I was like, I saw something, right? I got pulled in by this dazzly bullshit, and now this is where I'm at, And so I'm grateful for the dazzle. I'm grateful for all the training. I'm grateful for everything that I've learned, because I wouldn't be here doing this right now if I hadn't. And I wouldn't have gotten introduced to doTERRA if I hadn't. But what I like about doTERRA, aside from any other marketing or any other sales or any other direct whatever, what I like about doTERRA is it has products that actually work. That customize work to anyone's individual needs. I don't claim to cure or diagnose or treat, personally, but or any diseases or like that. But I've used peace to lower my blood pressure. I got sick the other night. I was out with some friends. I wasn't feeling that great, and I could feel my blood pressure rising. And I had been drinking, and so then I get sick. And my head is just split open. My ears are ringing like a motherfucker. I'm like, don't fucking feel good. And, Jeremy's looking up online, essential oils for blood pressure. And he finds clary sage, ylang ylang, and lavender. Obviously, lavender is extremely calming. And, it is different than just smelling something and feeling better. It's literally a chemical change in your body that your body reacts to whenever you, use these oils in any kind of way. Balance is one of the oils that I use almost all the time, especially when I'm making videos, because I feel like I get in front of the camera and I get super judgmental about everything, like my hair, my makeup, where I'm at, location, like everything. And as opposed to delivering the message that I want to deliver, I'm just kind of like rambling on in circles, and it's uncomfortable. So I like to use balance because I like to feel grounded. I like to feel like I'm doing something with purpose, if that makes sense. So yeah, I've done it again. I've rambled on into something and I've got lost. But I've been in this change of life, if you will, for the last few years. If anybody has ever followed my story or known anything about me, I had an extremely tragic event happen. And in the midst of like finding life again, I have found that I have more strength and power than I ever really realized I had. And I want to be able to share that strength and power with other people. And I feel like a very powerful way to do that is to, talk to people, of course, but also to make, a quick little video and reach out to people and let them know that they're not alone. We all, I feel like a lot of us tend to internalize everything, at least I do. And I've gotten to a point where I can't take it anymore. I don't want to continue to be quiet about the things that bother me, or about the things that I like, or anything really. I just want to be able to express myself freely without judging myself, which I feel like is what everybody wants. And so, I feel like this is a very positive outlet for me to do that. It's able to share with the world who I am, what I've been going through, and what I'm doing to get better every single day. And it's not easy. And there are days that I am not good. But I also realize that there is logic and then there is emotion. And while emotion may be stronger, logic is always correct. And so I've trained myself to have logic and emotion, because I'm not heartless, but as a Scorpio, everything you say to me, I take to heart. And everything you say to me, I just whatever. And I've got to a point where I just don't want to take on other people's shit anymore. Because it's not because I'm selfish. And if it is because I'm selfish, then I'm selfish. But I've gotten to a point where I've got to be a little bit selfish, because I feel like otherwise I'm just giving and giving and giving. And when you are constantly giving to people, you're taking away from yourself. Let me rephrase that. If you are taking away from yourself because you are giving to people, then you're not doing yourself, or them for that matter, any kind of courteous at all, because people don't benefit when you lose. So I hope that everybody finds a little peace and comfort in this video. I kind of just got to a point, I kind of just gotten to this point in my life where I've got to do what is necessary to make myself, I wouldn't say happy, but make myself feel alive. Because it's not always about being happy. It's not always about, trying to find the best in everything. It's about living in those moments. And I do dive into my emotions from time to time. And when I'm there, I allow that to be there. But I also, have to learn to balance the chaos that is between logic and emotion. So I'm in the midst of it, doing pretty well, I think.